downfall in that fight was try to do too much, and I didn't do it right. I think I started good, and I should have kept it at that. And then I try to box, because my corner told me boxing more. Well, I was doing good in the inside, why change up the game plan? So it's how they say, if you're doing good with one thing, why change it? If you're good at right-hander, why go left? So I think that's what happened, and I mean, I could do changes, and I could be a better fighter that night.
Tell us how much you gained from having Robert Garcia.
I mean, it's just a lot. From the mental game to just strategic, changing the game plan, being more of a boxer, getting hit less. I mean, and I could go on.
You had a lot of success even before Robert, but now you've had another success with him because you kind of rejuvenated yourself. Do you wish you would have made that change sooner, or are you happy that things went the way they were in your career?
I mean, things happen for a reason. I mean, I wish I could have, but it didn't, and now I am where I am. But I'm getting my chance again. I'm getting that redemption against Leo, so I'm excited about that. Like I said, not too many times you get that. I'm really happy. As he mentioned, Al Heyman is a big key in this. He's the one that made this possible, so now we are.
How important is this fight? I know you had big fights before. This one, is it more important just because of the revenge factor, because of this point in your career? How do you see it now?
It's exciting and it's important because of both. I mean, redemption, and it's just going to be a good fight. You saw the first one. It was a hell of a fight. It was candidate fight of the year that year in 2015. So, I mean, it just lets you know what type of fight I'm in.
Why the bad guy?
I mean, Leo's such a nice guy, man. The guy's just, it's no way you could be just as good as him. So I guess I'm going for the bad guy. And when I say the bad guy, I mean, I'm the one that's just saying how much I want this. I'm going to beat him bad. There's no way he could beat me. And him is just like, no, it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a tough fight. Like, he never, tries to put himself, in, making himself look bad. But I'm not saying that that's bad on his part. It's just that type of person I am. But again, my confidence speaks sometimes too loud, and I just like to call it how it is. I'm a better man, I'm a better fighter, and I feel like I'm going to win this fight.
To piggyback on what you said, it was a close fight. How do you elevate yourself, since you did so well in the first fight? How do you change your approach to this since you felt that, the fight was so close and you were close to victory in that one?
I mean, it's just small changes. I mean, if I sit here and tell you what I'm doing, I mean, I'm pretty much throwing away my game plan. So all I can tell you, there are changes that I can do. And that's it. I mean, Leo said that he mentioned that he could do a lot of changes also. And I'm sure he can, but I'm actually looking forward to his changes, to see what other side of him there is, because I just know the Leo that throws a lot and is constantly on you.
Is the overwhelming feeling of this fight relief that the date has finally come?
Yes, and it will be even greater after the fight, knowing that I still have this wrapped around me, and I am the champion, not only of WBA, but of this town, LA.
Abner, how important is it to get past Leo Santa Cruz's jab, and what are your plans as far as getting past his jab?
You know what? It wasn't as tough. If you go back to that fight, it wasn't as tough getting in there. But it was my fault the last fight that I intended to be out there when I shouldn't have. I tried to box him from a distance, but I boxed him from his distance, and that's why I was getting tabbed. If you go back to the fight, it was easier to get in there. I was able to get in the inside ground with ease. I worked him in the inside, and then I just changed the whole game plan towards the end of the rounds, and just decided to box and gave those rounds away.
Specifically in your skill set, what do you feel like you may do better than Leo? What do you feel like you could take advantage of, based on your skill set?
A lot more than he can. And I mean, all I can say is that I just cannot, I cannot stay in the center. I'm not making it like a center fight. Like, I have to be there either too close, too far, or, just too smart that night.
Abner, one thing I want to ask you about, you're from Mexico. You see what's happening with Canelo now, and he's not the first person that's happened with it. It's You've lived in Mexico before. Have you thought about that, and what is your reaction to that happening?
Bro, I'm sorry, but I have no comment on that. I mean, I just focus on my fight. I mean, that's they're in their own fight right now, So I mean, I have no comment.
But as an athlete, do you get worried about having to eat that meat from Mexico when you go?
Like I said, I train here, every side here, bro. So I mean, it's different.
If someone does take steroids and get caught, or PEDs,
Should there be criminal charges against them in the sport that you're in?
Again, no comments, bro. I'm not gonna comment about what's going on.
In your last fight, you seemed almost like a refreshed fighter. Do you feel, is this the new and improved version of Abner that we're seeing right now? Because you look like you have some extra bounce on this head.
Yeah, man, I feel rejuvenated. I feel good. Extra bounce with Robert Garcia. I mean, it just made my fights easier. You know, my last opponent was no walk in the park. He was undefeated. I believe he only had one loss, I'm sorry. But he had like 23 knockouts. He was coming with, with everything. He was only like 23, 22 years old, youngster, and I just boxed him easy. Cuellar, like a 4. He's fighting Gervonta Davis. He's getting another chance. I mean, that guy was a knockout artist, and people thought I was washed out and actually thought that I was going to get knocked out, and thank God never got even touched, and I was the one that dropped him. So that lets you know my power too. I'm capable of actually hurting a fighter and again, being smart in the ring.
What do you think of Leo's power?
Leo, thank God. I mean, he's got decent power, but he doesn't have like me, like a one-punch KO power.
Do you think you could get him in this fight if you get him with a clean shot?
I think so. I'm certain that I can. Yeah, we've seen him get hurt with Frampton also.
Abner, you brought up Cuellar versus Davis. What are your thoughts on that fight?
I mean, it's just a different levels, I think Gervonta is at his prime right now. He moves too much. He's too quick for Cuellar. I mean, you saw what I did, just using laterals, moving just a little bit more than Cuellar, and I boxed him with ease. And I think the tank is a little bit more natural when it comes to that. So I think you should definitely take him out before.
What about your rematch with Leo? I guess would be more satisfying. Obviously, avenging the loss, championships, and I mean, you guys have an extra wrinkle in the fact that you guys both live in LA. I'm sure fans kind of bring up the fight to you often. I mean, which one of those kind of stands out to you as most important to kind of get back, type of thing?
Like what? I'm sorry.
So obviously, there's the championships on the line. Yeah. There's avenging your loss, and then just kind of the extra aspect of you guys both living in Los Angeles. Is there like an order as far as preference of which one you'd like to kind of have back?
I mean, no disrespect to the title or anything. I'm not fighting for this. That night, I'm not fighting for this. I mean, I am on paper, but what I'm fighting for is redemption. I'm fighting for personal. I'm fighting for just. It's personal. I want this win. He beat me the first time, but he's not going to win this time. Imagine walking down the street knowing that the guy beat you twice. Hell no, I can't let that happen. I cannot. I live here, so I'm going to bump into him many times, so I can't walk with that. I can't have that. So it's in me to get this win. No one else. If I lose, it's on no one other than myself. So that's it.
If you get this victory, will you think a rubber match with the trilogies in
I mean, if it's just as good, I tell you guys right now, I promise a rematch. I'll give him a rematch. Just as he was a professional, give me the rematch. Promise I give him his rematch also, and a trilogy. Why not? At the end of the day, people are happy with performances like this. I could go out and fight someone else, but people don't know if it's going to be as exciting. People know already this is going to be exciting because what happened in the first fight.
Is the winner of this match the main guy in the division, or you think things need to be sorted out still? There's Frampton,
No, there's many more. This is a jam-packed division. Honestly, if I win, God willing, I want to face the winner of Nonito, Frampton. Even I mean, if there's hopefully, well, there is now. I answer myself. I'm sorry because now we got Jojo Diaz fighting Gary Russell. Golden Boy, Al Heyman, so it's being worked. So why not? I see myself fighting Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez is from Top Rank, and that's the type of fight that people want to see. Two Mexicans going at it. He's a young, hungry lion, and you can call me old or whatever, but I still got him. I still got the skills to actually beat this guy. So after this fight, I hope to get that fight against Oscar Valdez.
What do you think about Russell and Jojo Diaz?
It's a good one, man. They're both naturally talented southpaws, boxers. I mean, it's a pick and choose fight. I mean, honestly, if you choose whoever, you're not picking wrong. So, but I think Jojo has the advantage. No disrespect to Jojo because the activity. Russell hasn't fought in, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it's going to be 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, and Jojo's a young kid. So, I mean, that tells you, and he's hungry too. So, it's going to be an even match.
Abner, we hear a lot of people talking in this fight about Abner's ability. Can he get around the jab? We hear people talking about you, how you're going to outbox Leo. Do you think people are possibly underestimating your ability to stop Santa Cruz in this fight, underestimating your power?
People have underestimated me throughout my whole career, brother. And I always come on top, thank God, showing them different versatilities. Again, go back to the Cuellar. People were saying I was gonna get knocked out. It was gonna be in a close fight. If I don't get knocked out, it would just be a shout out. And it wasn't that. On the other hand, I knocked him down, and it was a clean fight for me. So people would sometimes forget that I could box, I could actually punch, and that I could brawl inside also.
Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, who wins?
When I first saw, first looking at Joshua, I was going for Joshua, but his last performance was kind of like, oh. Let me answer it like this. Joshua is the better fighter. Deontay Wilder is the awkward, difficult fighter anyone could face, even myself in any weight class, because he's so awkward, punches from all angles, and he punches. So what I'm saying is, as clean and as a good boxer that Anthony is, I think Joshua's aggressiveness, awkwardness is going to give him problems. So I choose Deontay Wilder because of his awkwardness and his power punch.
Abner, ¿qué opinas de la pelea que Leo tiene que lidiar no solamente en el ring, preparándose para enfrentarte, sino la pelea de tener que ver a su papá sufrir todos los días?
Es difícil, hermano, y es difícil de contestar eso porque es algo privado, no algo difícil que le está pasando. Yo no te puedo contestar por él. Yo lo único que te puedo decir es pues de que mis oraciones para su familia, que su papá pues que se siga mejorando, sintiendo mejor, y es lo único, hermano, porque yo pienso que es esto muy especial, muy privado para él, el tema.
Abner, a lo que pasó con Canelo acerca de su problema con el clenbuterol, ¿has tomado alguna medida en tu alimentación o sigues tu dieta?
No, mi dieta es normal, hermano, tranquila. Yo, pues lo que esté pasando con ellos, pues muy personal. Les deseo lo mejor. Siento que fueron un poco duros con él en suspender la pelea, pero bueno, pues es otro tema.
Ahora,
Vamos a stand up.
al boxeo que tú tienes,
Me aburro.
en base al boxeo que tú tienes, ¿quieres encontrar mayor resistencia por parte de los atacos? O sea, ¿qué peleas realizado en el gimnasio para este nuevo proyecto con él?
Sí, pues físicamente tenemos que estar muy bien porque sabemos de su estilo, te exige bastante, así que tienes que estar muy bien hablando de condición.
Si hay alguna pelea cerrada como la pasada, que se diera el caso, una tercera
Sí,
pelea
claro,
entre
sí,
ambos.
ya dije en cámaras que si la pelea es así de cerrada y buena y salgo yo con la mano en alto, le doy la revancha y que se haga otra vez.
Mucha suerte para los dos.
Gracias.
Gracias a ti, Abner.
¿Qué te hace pensar que esta vez va a ser las cosas diferentes de la primera en cuanto a resultado?
Pues primero que nada las ganas de ganar, la confianza que me tengo en mí mismo y el trabajo que estamos haciendo en el gimnasio.
¿Cómo lo ves diferente a él y a ti?
Pues mira, él es alto, güerito, yo soy moreno, no es cierto. Diferente, hablando de estilos, pues
Estilos, ¿cómo han
de
cambiado en
estilos,
estos últimos casi 2 años?
pues obviamente él ha mejorado al igual que yo, las peleas te hacen mejor peleadores y bueno, pues es lo único que puedo decir.